all know, June is Pride Month, that 30-day period that comes around once a year in which we see supposedly woke major corporations change their social media avatars to a rainbow color scheme in locations other than China and the Middle East. It's also a month in which to celebrate what is now known as the LGBTQI+ community, at least that's what it was last time I checked, which has done so all month with a series of parades, events, activism, and a steady stream of social media posts. However, something has popped up this particular Pride Month that is unironically very alarming for the whole concept of pride, specifically for the LG and B factions, so lesbians, gay men, and bisexuals. Gallup poll has recently released its annual Values and Beliefs poll conducted from May 1st to 24th, which, as the title suggests, is a yearly barometer of how Americans feel about whether certain issues are quote-unquote morally acceptable. These issues include things like birth control, divorce, premarital intercourse, voluntary assisted dying, the taking of one's own life, medical testing on animals, and gay and lesbian relations. Anyway, since 2001, the percentage of people in the USA who believe gay and lesbian relations are morally acceptable has been trending steadily upwards, from just 40% in 2001 to a high of 71% last year. This should indicate that, when it comes to advocates for same-sex relationships, same-sex marriage, and so on, their activism has been really largely effective over the course of the last couple of decades. Gay people have made it clear to the American population that despite certain awful labels attributed to them by actual homophobes, all they really want to do is get married and be left alone to be productive members of society with many attributes other than their sexuality to define them. Bravo, lads and lassies. However, in the last 12 months, since the last Gallup Values and Beliefs poll in 2022, something has happened that poses a little bit of a problem for the LGB community specifically. That is, the percentage of Americans who believe same-sex relations is morally acceptable has fallen 7 percentage points to 64%, a fall that Gallup says is statistically significant. So while thankfully that acceptance level is still much higher than it was in the early 2000s, dropping 7 percentage points in 1 year is possibly not a good sign. So what's driving this fall in acceptance? Well, by the numbers, it's Republicans, according to Gallup. The decline in the percentage of Americans believing gay or lesbian relations are morally acceptable is mainly a result of fewer Republicans holding that view. 41% do so now, down from 56% a year ago. The current figure is the lowest Gallup has measured for Republicans since 2014, 39%. Between 2020 and 2022, majorities of Republicans approved of gay or lesbian relations. Democrats, 79%, and independents, 73%, continue to be much more likely than Republicans to find gay or lesbian relations morally acceptable.